I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Sylvia Quinrel joins us. Hi.
Hi.
Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Well, my name is Sylvia. I am a astral librarian VTuber, and I do a variety of things from gaming to ASMR to dice crafting on stream.
I'm gonna talk about that dice crafting for sure, because
Sure.
that's gonna be interesting, and the ASMR too. But how did you get started in VTubing in the first place?
Well, when it was still kind of blowing up at the beginning, I had been introduced to it a little bit and looked into it. I had always enjoyed streaming just on occasion for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like something that I would be interested in because, for one, I love the models, PNG or live 2D or 3D. I think they're really cool. And I was like, this is perfect because then I can sit in my pajamas and not have to worry about anything.
You don't have to worry about makeup or anything like that. You just go in there and you don't have to worry about the room is clean behind you.
Exactly, and my cats are crazy, so they'd be in the background doing some wild stuff, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I've got 9 of them here.
Oh my goodness, you got a whole house full.
Oh yeah, well, but 2 of them are household only, and the other 7 are ones who adopted us from outside.
Aww.
Yeah, catch and release spayed and neutered cats that came to our front door, and
they just said, "This is home."
Yeah, they have definitely done that. They surround my wife most times.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
they're just babies.
Well, she takes a nap on the couch. One of them, Smokey, he sits on her shoulder and gives her kisses.
Oh, that's such a baby.
And then looks at me. I've stolen your wife.
I was about to say stake and claim.
That's right. I'm like, well, okay, that's fine, but you can pay for all the bills too, as far as I'm concerned.
You can go out and get your job.
That's right. So doing this seemed like a good idea for you. As far as you really wanted to be on a stream, though, you wanted to be an entertainer.
Well, I like to yap, to put it simply. So, and I love playing with friends and having like fun interactions. And that was one of the reasons I used to stream just straight from things like PlayStation, just to have clips to look back on of really funny stuff. And so this was great because then you just get all kinds of content from different things that you do.
Yeah. And not only that, but you have an audience.
Yeah, true. I have somebody to talk to.
Yeah. Was that easy to get used to when you got started?
For me, it was pretty easy. I've always had an easy time talking to people in general. I worked a lot of customer service on top of it, so I'm more used to just kind of rolling with whatever. But for me, the hardest part was remembering to check chat at first.
Oh yeah.
I get really engrossed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of the games are I would imagine are pretty tough to do and do well, and then check with chat all the time too.
Oh yeah, you have to really be able to bounce your focus.
Yeah, if you're playing a game like Lethal Company or something, it really doesn't matter whether you're paying attention or not.
It doesn't. It sure, especially if it's me, because I always run into the monsters right off the bat.
Yep, I'm dead. Okay, now let's talk chat. What's going on?
Yeah, like, hey guys, how's it going since I'm dead?
What are the games you like to stream?
I like to play a lot of things like Fortnite, or I do play like Lethal Company. I've played lots of party games like Party Animals, Golf with Friends, different stuff like that. I've started playing Pokemon Unite on stream and having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But usually if it's something that I think that I'll enjoy, that I'll have a fun time talking with chat about, I'm usually down to stream it.
Do you take suggestions from chat, or is it all?
Yeah, No, I've absolutely taken suggestions from chat in the past.
Mm.
They love to get me to play scary games, and I am a screamer. I can't help it. I just jump scares get me. Just being chased in scary games gets me. So it's pure entertainment at that point.
So, when is the 24-hour Dead by Daylight stream coming?
Oh gosh, if I could stay up for 24 hours, that'd be the real test of fate there.
A 20 hours of Scream and a 24-hour.
Yeah, and listen, I used to be deep, deep into Dead by Daylight, so I feel like I could do it if I really tried to.
Oh boy, I could not even get started. I'd be, they'd catch me immediately, and I'd just be hanging on the hook the whole time. And
Hey, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes those games happen and you're just hanging out and you're just watching your friends.
while your character screams.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that happens to me when I play like, Pokemon. The characters scream at me. What are you doing? That's that's not what.
You're like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
No idea. And because I'm probably the only grandpa who's been banned by his grandson from playing Minecraft.
Oh no.
Yeah, because the only thing I knew how to do was to, punch his sheep to death.
Oh no, not his sheep.
Well, I didn't know any of the controls.
It is a fun one to get into when you learn though.
Yeah, yeah. I really do. I look at it and watch people have so much fun with it, and I'm like, why am I not doing that?
I
Um,
just if I could live in creative mode kind of
mm,
thing.
yeah, yeah. That's what the grandson does. He's creative mode all the time, and
Mm,
it shocks me what he's able to do with that.
I
Um,
know.
it's really incredible. Me, I would like have a block and be killing sheep. That would be pretty much all.
Just be the name of the game.
Yes. How many sheep have you killed today? Well, as soon as they respawn.
I just lost count after
Yeah,
a while.
that's right. The uh, ASMR type of stuff. I use that to fall asleep by for some things because I need to have something on at all times when I try to go to sleep. What type of
Hmm.
ASMR do you do on stream and
Um,
recording?
so I mean, I would say I definitely gear towards triggers that I will admit that I like a lot,
Hmm.
and I will definitely take requests from chat and learn more from what they like as well. But
Hmm.
I like sounds like when you hear the like beads in water kind of
Hmm.
thing,
Yeah.
just something repetitive because it is also helps me fall asleep. It can be kind of a double-edged sword when you're trying to do ASMR after a long day and you're putting yourself to sleep with your own sounds.
Too good.
But it's a lot of fun. It's very relaxing. That's
Mm,
why I wanted to start doing it because I enjoy listening to it,
yeah.
and it's been a really fun experience to kind of learn as I go because I am still very new to it.
Hmm. Is it? Do you use it pretty much every night when you're trying to sleep?
Not every night. I'm the kind of person that has to have like something going, so usually I have a fan,
Hmm.
but I will pull them up on occasion and like especially the ones that go on TikTok
Yeah.
and just do like wood soup kind of things,
Yeah.
and that will knock me out in like 5 minutes flat.
Oh, I could have as many as five things going on. Just drives the wife crazy. And I could have somebody talking in the background. I could have music. I'd have a thunderstorm. I have um, aliens on the moon. I just about anything going on. And
Whole spectrum.
yeah, it's just some of us, our brains don't shut off very easily.
It's true. It's very true.
And we try to fool them into going to sleep. But when did you get started on that? When did you decide you were going to give that a try?
It's been I can't remember the exact date. It's been almost a year, I think.
Hmm.
I like I said, I'd kept running into the lives on TikTok, and then I started looking on Twitch and seeing different VTubers that were into it, and I'd research a little bit on YouTube and get, ideas because I started getting interested,
Hmm.
and I finally decided, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get I think it's binaural microphone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try it out, and I really enjoyed it like immediately
yeah.
when I started.
It's really for some folks it does nothing to it just
Hmm.
and but for some folks you get the right type of thing and it just hits that what they call the
It
tingle
itches
mark.
your brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And for you, it's the beads in water.
Yeah, anything like that. I haven't done it myself, but I'm really big on listening to like the phloem kind of sound,
Oh,
that almost like crackly, crunchy sort of sound. It's
uh-huh.
soothing to me. It definitely tingles that part of my brain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't. To me, it's got to be more of a long-term type of thing. Because if I wake up in the middle of the night, then I'll go right back to sleep again. That type of deal. But
Yeah.
there's. Have you tried to do the ones with the voice yet? A script or that sort of thing.
So I haven't done a script. I have seen them and I've like read a couple, but I haven't really sat down to try to record anything. I do talk during my streams usually,
Hmm.
just kind of chit chatting quietly with chat
Hmm.
while we do like whatever they've requested. I
Hmm.
have done some where I will read like either a book or even a lot of times creepy pastas, funny enough.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah. But you definitely have the voice for it. I mean,
oh, thank you.
yeah. I mean, you could read the phone book, and it'd go well. Uh,
Just start A to Z.
yeah. Today we'll start with midway through tea. The but the so how long do you do those recordings for, or is it? I mean, you don't go like 8 hours a shot, do you?
Oh gosh, no. I'm kind of at a 2 hour max kind of thing
Uh,
before. I think it's just because of me doing so much during the day that if I go any longer than that, I really will be like out like a light.
it's a different type of ASMR.
Yeah,
Puts the
it's
host to
personal at
sleep.
that point.
Yeah, that'd be pretty tough. But it's have you had people who carry over from your game streams to the ASMR, or have you been able to tell?
Um, I definitely have had people come from the gaming side to the ASMR and check it out and stick around to be supportive. And then it's kind of like on the flip side, I definitely don't see people that do show up for ASMR really show up for gaming, which is
Mm,
understandable,
yeah.
especially if they're there for one thing. So
Hmm.
it could be very jarring because I can get really loud on the flip side.
Especially for those horror games type stuff.
Uh huh.
Well, it's a way to kind of expand your total audience, but maybe not so much a given audience at any one time.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, so you're expanding the reach, but not the depth so much.
Yeah, I definitely have been kind of teetering on, is it something that I want to focus on fully compared to more variety of gaming and such? Or right now I'm trying to set it up to where I do dice related things 2 times a week and try to squeeze ASMR in 2 times a week. That way I have one day for gaming and I'm trying to like work out some kind of balance that feels right.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's you have to be comfortable with it first before anybody else is.
Right.
Yeah, and it will show if you're not comfortable with it.
Oh, absolutely. They'll be able to tell immediately.
Yeah. Now the dice thing. Um,
Yes.
I played Dungeons and Dragons in the '80s, so like
Ooh.
book one, well, there was one book, and that was it. And we just started getting all the dice and stuff in. So but I love dice. I could roll just boxes of dice, and I don't even care. I just want to see
It's
them.
just fun, right? Like
Yeah.
just listening to all the little click
Oh
clacks.
yeah, this is a 15-sided dice. How did that happen? I don't know, but here.
Those are fun.
Yeah. So what type of dice are you putting together here?
So I think it's coming up on about 4 years now. Right around the start of the pandemic, actually, I got into dice making.
Uh-huh.
It started out I was making keychains and things with resin to kind of learn how to do it
Mm-hmm.
because I was interested. I had seen dice makers and I love D&D, and I said, I want to learn how to do this. I never find dice that I really like resonate with for my characters,
Yeah.
and I feel like I could make them. And I dove headfirst into it, and it's been crazy. It's been a wild time. I've probably made way over 500 commissions or more in the past 4 years.
Oh,
So I make standard 7-piece to sometimes 9-piece sets because I include an extra D12 and a D2 coin in some of them.
yeah. Oh,
I've
a
made the
D2
chunky
coin.
D20s. Yes.
Coins are now
Double-sided for
D2s.
you. Yeah, it's funny, right? Because
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that until I saw there was another dice maker that included a coin, and I said, "Well, I want a coin, but I
Yeah.
don't want mine to be round. I
Yeah.
want mine to be shaped like my logo, which
Yeah.
is a flower."
There you go. Hey, it
And
probably
that's
works better
just,
that way.
hey, it's easier to flip.
Yeah, that's right. So, are there any? So you have a basic group that you get. Like say I was going to get what was it, the 7-piece? What would be included in that?
So you're gonna get your standard set. You're gonna get a D20, the D12, D8, D6, D4, and then like percentile and D10.
Hmm.
So you're gonna get those with like the only difference there, like I said, with the other one is you get an extra D12. That's the regular shape because I have a lot of odd shaped dice.
Hmm.
I have standards shaped ones, but I also have elongated and rhombus shaped items and shard shaped items.
Mm.
So some variety in there.
Yeah, the the rhombus shaped ones I imagine are pretty interesting. Um,
Yes.
I mean, it'll work, but you just have to work it differently.
Yeah, they rolled great. We actually used some of them in our little personal sessions,
Hmm.
and a lot of people have told me that my D20s roll well, so that's a plus.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes in the old days you get a D20 that rolled too well,
Yeah, that's true.
just right off the board onto the floor, into the mouth of the dog, and he took off with it. That's then
Oh
there you
no.
go. There's your D20. Roll the
That's
D10 twice.
I was gonna say that's his D20 now.
Yeah, that's right. You're not going to want to fish that one out. Um, even if it does come back. The Putting together a dice, is it when someone orders? Can I order a different colors or different patterns? Um,
Oh gosh, yeah. There's there's honestly so many crazy intricacies and ways to make dice now. You can make double casted dice, which would be a blank base in the shape of the die that you put into the numbered shell
well,
that you can add designs or stickers to.
mm-hmm,
You can mix all kinds of different pigments and micas because you use resin standard for that. A lot of people have used I don't actually know what the material, some kind of silicone to make squishy dice before. I've
oh,
seen people make them out of some kind of like clay material to make a different style. Like it's very interesting. I've seen glass dice that
mm,
I can't even imagine what goes into.
yeah. When that breaks, you're really in trouble.
Oh yeah, you're out a whole set then.
Yeah, it's not gonna work particularly well. But I mean, in the old days, they made dice out of whatever they could,
Oh yeah.
wood, lead dice. Because there was a
Always good to have your lead dice on hand.
yeah. Well, on the ships and stuff, they always had lead, so uh,
True.
they would make dominoes out of old lead, and
I didn't know that.
yeah, it shows up on some of those. I watched some of the what do they call it, mudlarking shows in England, and
Oh,
sometimes they get these lead old lead dominoes wash up on shore. Um,
that's pretty cool.
yeah, well, people ingenuity will come up with anything in the time of need, I guess. Um,
That's true.
but if I went into something that was really that looked like one of those glass marbles for a dice, could you do something like that?
So I'm trying to imagine, I guess.
Like a swirl in the middle or something?
Oh gosh, yeah, those are like my specialty, to be honest with you.
Ooh, yeah, that would be
I
cool.
love doing drips and swirls and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, that would be. See, that's definitely a step up from our old D&D stuff.
That's what I was saying to myself when I really got to the point where I noticed that I was getting better. I was just like, wow, first off, I'm creating this. And second, it's like I can really just make whatever I want based on my character now.
Yeah, yeah. That I was. I remember being thrown off by seeing my first four-sided dice.
Oh yeah.
Like, how in the world is it still the same triangle pattern for the four-sided?
That is the standard. The caltrip is a standard size. I use a shard, which is more of um, it's triangular at the top and then it extends into a point sort
Mm-hmm.
of thing,
Yeah.
almost like a pendulum.
Mm-hmm. And it's
That's my go-to. It's easier on your foot if you step on it.
do you have the points on the dice, or do you round them off?
I'm not personally a fan of rounded dice. I know a lot of people are. I like sharp edge,
Mm,
so I keep mine as sharp as possible
mm.
without being dangerous, at least.
Yeah, I mean, if you round them off too much, then they never stop rolling.
Right, they're just a complete orb,
Yeah,
ready
they
to
just
go.
keep, especially those 20-sided dice. Have you
Oh my
have
gosh.
you tried some otter sided dice in the past?
Um, I haven't really tried anything too crazy, to be honest. I've thought about getting one of those like 100 face dice just for
Oi,
fun.
oi.
Like, like they're crazy to me. Like I don't understand. I mean, I guess a DM would find a lot of use out of it for
Yeah,
like big party encounters, but I would never have any use for it besides like a placeholder.
yeah, or a paperweight.
There are some really strange shapes that I think are really interesting. There's some very like elongated, twisted sort of D6s. I actually have one D6 that's shaped like a little diamond.
Oh,
So that's fun. I think I love interesting shapes for dice. I just think
well,
it's really aesthetically interesting.
yeah. As long as the sides are equal,
Yes.
and because otherwise it's just not going to work, right? It's like
Right.
trying to stand a two-sided dice on its side. See what I did there? A two-sided dice.
my D2.
D2. Roll a D2 and a D8 and see if we come up with. Um,
Oh,
the I've seen bigger sided before, but it's basically just becomes a rolling ball after a while. And how can you tell what's on the top?
right. At that point, it's just that's too much.
Yeah, it's really tough. The only thing I could see that would work would be putting it in a situation like a magic 8 ball,
I could see that. Yeah, that would make sense.
and have the whatever comes up on the mirror be the one. But even then, everybody knows how to cheat a magic 8 ball, for crying out loud.
You got to learn that early.
Yeah, that's right. Otherwise, you never get the answers you want. Um, so how big is this for you? Has it become a nice money making side for you?
Um, it was at the beginning. It became, I mean, like anything, it became saturated.
Mm,
A lot of people got into it, and a lot of people have obviously been affected with how the economy's been.
right.
So dice as a luxury, I don't think are really like on the table for a lot of people,
Mm.
which is understandable.
I
But
would hope dice
I
is on the
did.
table. Actually, if it's on the floor,
You're
yeah,
right.
but
It's on the table, on the floor. Sometimes it ends up in your snack bowl.
that's right. That's right. But yeah, I could see. Well, people probably try to find ways to do things at home, and
Oh, absolutely.
the craft industries came up with it. But you're still taking commissions for it?
I am. I am currently still taking commissions because in a few months I'm hoping to actually take a short hiatus since I've been going nonstop now
Mm.
for, like I said, almost 4 years.
Ah, you're gonna head to a foreign country and learn from the dice makers there,
Gosh, that would be fun. That would be crazy
from the
because,
from the
I mean, just
ancient
to be able to be around another dice maker in general, I think.
from the ancient dice makers of Persia.
Please teach me your ways.
This is how you do a seven-sided dice. What?
Oh, I'd be interested.
Oh, people would buy that one, I would think, for
Oh,
sure.
I bet.
Um, with the channel, have you got any goals for the channel in general, that you really want to do, that you haven't achieved yet?
I really just want to continue to grow and cultivate my community. It's been harder recently balancing work life and then this side of things.
Mm.
So I want to get more on top of getting back into streaming regularly and being able to see some kind of growth somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you keep from getting down when it isn't going your way?
That's tricky. Um, that it's tricky because so many factors.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you just have to remember that you're doing it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you're getting to like meet people and like chat with people, and it's all just something that you're doing for entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And you do it, if you're not having fun yourself, then it's a job.
Right. And you don't want to burn yourself out trying to make it a career,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, unless somebody, gives you $1 million to do it, in which case,
Now,
burn me.
that's fair.
Burn me.
Say less.
But for you, say a year from now, what would you say would be successful for your channel a year from now?
Oh gosh. I think right now I'm probably sitting at like 2,100 followers on Twitch and, close to 4K on Twitter. If I could at least get close to double that, I'd feel pretty accomplished with myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's certainly there. Certainly, I think you definitely have the ability to do it, and it's just going to be
thank you.
It's going to be a matter of people getting into your channel and finding out what it's all about. And we're going to have all the links in the description here for this interview, and including how to. In those links, we've got the what is it called? You have here the beacons, which I'd entered before, which have a lot of links to what you're doing. And is that how that folks can get a hold of you for the dice?
So for the dice, I probably will end up adding it to that. I realize it's not on there.
Mm-hmm.
But I will add the link in after this.
Mm-hmm.
That way it's listed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Please do, so people can tune on it, because Christmas will be coming up soon. And
it's true.
People need stocking stuffers, and dice are a good way.
Yes, and this year has flown by, and I just realized how close Christmas is.
Yeah. See, I can do your commercials. I did so many commercials over the years. Christmas is coming. If you need something special for your stocking, check out.
Yes, that would be perfect. Honestly, just to have that, just be like, look, guys, this is what you need. Just watch the promo.
Just watch the promo. Here's how it's. Well, I wouldn't show how it's made, because then people would try to do it themselves. And see, many people have died trying this, so don't do it yourself.
Oh gosh! don't try this at home, kids.
It's very dangerous. You ward them off and make them curious at the same time.
I will say, for anybody that is listening that is interested, all I can say is it can be dangerous. Resin is toxic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to look into doing anything ever with resin, please use PPE protective gear, gloves, a mask. Sometimes you need goggles. Don't skip on it, because it's important.
Yeah, and keep your pets away from it.
Yes, please keep your pets. Do it in a well-ventilated area.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that in your house. It stays.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll stay for a while.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if you get a little shed out back that has a...
Honestly, I wish.
Yeah.
That would be so great.
A dice shed for you out back, and you can... Hey,
sorry, dear. I'm going to the dice shed.
I'm going to the dice shed. Yeah, sure, that's what you always say. Sylvia, it just was great to talk with you, and I'm glad we were able to get you on.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, you folks got to check out, see what Sylvia's got going on the channels, and when you get some events coming up, let me know, and we'll get you on for some updates. And
thank you.
I am open for commercials if someone would like to do a commercial about dice around Christmas time.
Hey, do it. I'm saying, I'm endorsing.
Just whatever I could do to help, I'll be glad to. But just let me know what's going on, and we'll get you back on here real soon, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.